podcast is not for the weak. It's Leah and Lora's Spirit Speak.
Hey, we made it. We're live.
Guys, welcome in. Welcome in. How is everyone?
We're doing good. How are you?
It's been a fantastic Thursday fall afternoon.
Yes, I am enjoying the fall, that's for sure. Yeah.
I think we're having a little difficulties, but Aaron says he thinks he's on.
I see him.
Perfect. All right. Yay.
Yes, we're all here. Yay.
We're all here. We are so excited to have Erin from the Hobo Hill House on. I know Erin is feeling a little under weather. So boy, Erin is stepping up to the plate tonight to be with us and put up with us, maybe I should say.
Yeah. We appreciate
talk about
that.
We do, the Hobo Hill.
Hi, Erin.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are great. We were getting a little nervous. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're sorry Erin is feeling under the weather, but we're very appreciative that you stepped up to the plate and you're going to bat for Team Hobo Hill. So we don't want to take up a whole lot of your time, obviously. We've been there a couple times. Leah and Mike were there this past February, I believe. But we just want to give the platform mainly over to you and talk about some stuff. Tell us a little background for people who don't know about Hobo Hill. Like, where did all those years ago? How did it come about?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, we fell into Hobo Hill completely on accident. I mean, just to kind of give you a quick background, like that house, we didn't have any intentions of making it to what it is today. I mean, honestly, we didn't make it to what it is today. The house did. We're really big into real estate investing, and at the time we were living on the St. Louis side in Wentzville, Missouri, and my wife was looking at Zillow, drinking coffee in the morning, and she stumbled upon that house, and it was something we thought would be a good investment property. And when we saw the house, we're like, wow, this would be a great house to make our forever home, because it was gutted from the inside. The outside structure was great. Inside was being worked on, so to speak, from the previous owner, and we took it as an opportunity of building a house from the inside out, and that's exactly what we did. And around Christmas time is that 2017 year is when we started noticing strange things that we just cannot explain. And and I preface that with we weren't ghost people, if I can say that. Like, we weren't people
Yes.
that didn't believe, but we also did believe. We were like in that in between.
Mhm.
Like, we didn't disregard it, but we weren't like, just
Yeah.
that wasn't our
Cool.
first intentions. Like, our first thought, I should say, that this place was haunted. We were like, what's going on? Like, something is off. And that's kind of how it all
Mhm.
began.
Yeah.
Okay. Leah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was brushing up a little bit of my history today, and one of the things that stood out was when you guys did your walkthrough, or when you first got in there, was there really the human-sized cages in the basement? Like, tell me
Yeah.
about
So,
that.
that was so crazy. So, you guys been to the house, and I think,
Yes.
well, I know that deck, when you walk in the back to get into the house, that deck that's there to the left, that was not there. There's a staircase underneath that deck that allows you to go into the basement. So that's how we were, if my memory is correct, how we initially got into the house. We walked into the basement first. And I will tell you, I couldn't go past those cages. So we walk into that room and the light is flickering. So, we already have the effect. And when the light's flickering, you see this wall that's a chain link fence that has a door that leads into other cages that are in this room. And when you guys stayed there, there's a staircase that comes down that we built afterwards, and the floor is
Mhm.
concrete at that point when you all stayed there. But when we initially walked through, the cages were there, and that floor was dirt. That was a dirt floor, and the main wall with the door had a skeleton key to get in. I mean, it was nuts. And I hope I can say this on your show, but I mean, all I can think about in my head was the black guy ain't dying in this movie. That's all I can say. I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like,
That's funny.
This is not
but
it.
yeah, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. There were those cages were there, and I later found out that the houses in the neighborhood they would borrow inmates from the prison that's not too far away to do
Mhm.
handyman work to help finish building the homes, and then they would lock them in their basements because they were still
Mhm.
prisoners.
Mhm.
So I guess there's actually we own the house next door, and I swear that there's a cell in that house too. The way that the small room is designed.
So they
Wow.
were human-sized cages.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I wish we would have taken a picture of that back then but you got to understand, especially for your listeners, that we didn't think about that stuff. We were just like, we got to get this to livable. Like, this is going to be our house. I don't know what this is, but that's going to be yanked out. Like
That's
we
gotta
were
go.
just taking anything and everything out, including like and I'm hoping I'm not jumping around, but like including the original door that was left behind that had
Mm.
666 spray painted on it. I mean, we even
Mhm.
had that going on. So we were just getting rid of all the stuff to make it our own.
Wow.
Sure. I was just I like you said, I've never seen a picture of it. So and I've heard it, but I've never, confirmed that they were really down there. So that definitely helps if, it
Yeah.
definitely helps with the spooky feeling when you get to the basement because it is definitely different than the rest of the house. I will say that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, Leah, I kind of took over there. What?
No, you keep going. Keep going.
Sorry, I kind of just take over. I'm just like,
No.
what I want to know, I got to know.
No,
Um,
keep going.
so you guys have been on quite a few shows, Dead Files, and you just did My Haunted Hometown, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Um, so I know you guys were there for about 6 months, and you had all of those things that happen, and the final straw with your daughter, and the when she was taking the bath issue, um, all of those things. Like when you were living that, like how did that make you guys? Like I can't even imagine like as a family. You said you guys weren't ghost people. How does that how does that change that dynamic in your family? You know what I mean? Like every day you're living this.
Well, during that time, it was more, at least for me, it was more of like trying to uh confirm that I was sane, like making sure that I wasn't crazy. Just because of the things that were happening in the house, were very hard to explain. So we did great during the day. During the day, it was fine. When the sun was up, it was fine. We were doing the things that we do, but um, I feel good speaking for Aaron in this situation. But like once it got dark, the energy changed, and we changed, and we just felt like, oh, what is this night going to bring? You know what I mean? It was tough that way, like putting my daughter to bed because we knew that she was going to have her sleepwalking episodes, and then like, what's going to lay on top of my wife that's going to give her that sleep paralysis, and what noises am I going to hear? It's just it it wasn't it didn't feel like home. I always tell people that when we lived there during that short time is that I felt like I was renting the house versus being an owner. Like I was feeling like I was coming home to somebody else's, like I was a guest
Mhm.
versus it was my house. Like I dreaded that walk into the house, especially in the evening time, because I just never knew. And there were so many different things we had to do, like with the sage and the what was the other thing that we used to do every night? We did the sage and the dragon. I had to do all the smoke and fire every single night. It's just like, that added to the whole thing. And for me, uh, watching Erin go through what she went through, because it really affected her and it affected my daughter. So like being, a husband and father in the house, I felt like, as we feel as husbands and fathers, the protector of the home, like we felt like we have to figure out how to fix this. So that stress on me was just almost unbearable. But all of us except for my son Titus, he was a year and a half. He doesn't even remember. But
Mm.
just my girls in my house, it was hard. It was hard to every single night dealing with something, having to figure out how we're gonna go get through the night. My dog, all the stuff. It was stressful. It was stressful.
Yeah,
What was,
I can't imagine.
what was your first experience? So you bought the house. Obviously,
Mhm.
you didn't know it was haunted. What was your first experience? Because I'll admit I don't know any of your guys' experiences as far as that part of the story of the house.
So it was pretty slow at first. So like, knocking, banging, things, like dropping sounds. Um, Seeing kind of like shadow figure type of stuff. And what's funny is in the beginning, I'm actually glad you asked this question. In the beginning, Aaron and I never talked about it. Like we never said anything to each other of experiences that we were having. Um, but the one experience that I'll never forget that we had together was when we finally started talking to each other about it. We were laying in bed in our room and we were talking about like, did you like, has this turned on or has this like have you seen this or you know what I mean? Like something's going on, like what's going, and all of a sudden the ceiling fan started to swing as we started
Oh.
talking about it. And I'm like, okay, like that's when that's when we're like, what's going on? That's so I would say if I can say with concrete confidence as something that sticks in my mind, that would be it. Like that was our first, like, okay, there's more to this house than than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Would you say your experiences in that house were negative or just bothersome?
Uh I would say
Because
both.
sometimes when things happen and we obviously you can't see it, you're not expecting
Yeah.
it, it could be interpreted as something negative. When in turn it could be just think of as a kid just playing around with stuff that you don't expect. So
That's actually really good. So I would the reason why I would say both is because if it affected the three of us, because I'm not going to count my son because he's just too young. It affected the three of us differently. So like for me, I would say more bothersome because it would turn things on and off on me. So like a good example is I was working in the basement. I was prepping the basement to get spray foamed because we were getting a lot of cold air in the house and I was tearing things out so the guy can spray into the eaves and things like that. And I had the space heater. It was February, and it was like that time of the year. It was kind of warm,
still
not,
cold down there, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I had the space heater up in the main level, and I turned it on, and it was on medium. Go downstairs, I come back up, it's turned off. Okay, and I'm by myself. So then I go back, I turn it back on, I go back downstairs, I come back up, it's turned off again. And I'm like,
Mm.
what's happening? The TV turned on at maximum capacity when I was, checking the doors and windows. 'Cause I'm a former cop, so like I still have that like I got to
Mhm.
make sure everything's locked. Um, so the TV turned on at full blast on some like spooky TV show. That was strange. It's old TV, so it's one of those things that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Um, then with my wife, it was more, I would say, negative. So like she'd have aches and pains and like um, things would lay on top of her, it's horrible dreams. And then with my daughter, kind of the same thing. The sleepwalking, when I use the word possession, it feels weird to me because it's just, you know what I mean? In my mind, it's something we use in the movies, but like
Mhm.
she'd have that every single night. Is more evil because she'd say evil things like throwing her baby brother out the window or speaking in tongues when she was um doing her sleepwalking episode, stuff like that. And the both of them would smell these sour smells in one spot of the hallway in the second floor. I didn't have any of those experiences like they did. Mine was like like just poking at me, like almost like
Mind games.
trying to get dominance, like
Mind.
you're.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. So, sorry, I'm kind of taking over the questions here, but I'm
No, this
really
is great.
curious. As everything progressed and experiences started happening, you said you started using the sage and a bunch of other stuff. Did you find any relief with that? Or is there anything
No.
that you guys found that there was relief with?
No, so we had we had quite a bit of mediums and psychics come, and the two that came, the first ones that came, they were from Tonganoxie, Kansas, I think
So,
that's where they came from,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they drove like 4 or 5 hours, however long that was, and they're the ones that said that we need to do the sage, and I can never remember the other stuff they had me do, but it had to be me, only because um, it affected the Aaron and Raina in a different way than it affected me. So it had to be me. And every single night I had to run the walls left every single night from the basement all the way up to the attic. And to answer your question directly, no. I mean, there was no relief. They told us to play like Christian music. They told us to wear crucifixes. I mean, all these different things for us to do, have a lot of positive energy in the house. And it just, nothing really changed. The only time that it changed is when we started talking about leaving. When we started talking about we're going to move, which
Mhm.
from the time we saw the house to the time we got out of there, it took 46 days. And that's exactly right, 46.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
I
because
know.
even the house that we moved into, this is so crazy. I offer because they wanted to have a longer closing date. They wanted to stay in their house longer, and we wanted to get in there quicker. And they had to
Mhm.
find a place to live and an apartment. I said, listen, I'll pay your first 2 or 3 months rent in your new place if you leave faster. And
I
they
mean it.
they they negotiated with 46 day closing. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
That
That's
is
fine.
that is fast. That is really fast.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I I'm just kind of curious. Do you think, Aaron, do you think it's the land? Do you think it's just, from the history? I read some on Violet Ramsey, and I tried to look into the history of the property, and I know that there was the Millers, they had a lot of unfortunate luck there. Do you think it's tied to the land?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I know that, like you said, with the history, because one of the apparitions that walk around that space is a lady, from what we were told with Dead Files, is she owned the land and the bank took it from her and she got it back. So she's one of the ones that kind of walks around the house because she still feels that that property is hers, regardless of the house is there or not. That land is hers. Which, fun fact, she died in the house next door,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
I own, and I found out that she died in the house the day I closed on that house. So
Oh,
that's nice. And I found out on watching Dead Files. Dead Files didn't tell us that.
Wow.
Um,
by the
yeah, I think
way.
it has to do with the land, and I think it has to do with all the things that had happened in the house. Like I know that they said that there was some deaths of children that happened in the house, or children were in that house, and
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
and even a more recent. When I say recent, I mean within our lifetime. Maybe not. We have an assistant that works for us. Her grandfather was a Jeff City police officer, and he remembers responding to a call to that house of a dead baby that was found in a
Oh.
suitcase in
Oh.
that house. So there's a lot of like negative energy, a lot of sadness that happened in that home.
As far as that lady that they said died in the house next door, did they show
Mhm.
Mhm.
any articles or any paperwork?
Yeah, they found some at the archives there. They interviewed.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. So the owners of the Castle House there in Brumley. I don't know if you've heard of that or not, Aaron.
Kind
Um,
of. Yeah.
so Ed Files went there too, and Amy did a walkthrough of his house. And I found it interesting that Steve, the owner of the Castle House, said that Amy was almost right on with everything that she read about that house, everything that she felt and picked up. So I wondered if you felt the same way about her when she did the walkthrough of your house, if she was almost 100% spot on with everything that she picked up.
She was, you never know what the show, with that show, we didn't even know we were being put on that show. Like we, we, we were asking for help from anybody and everybody. And, you don't even know who you're contacting. And they didn't contact us until 6 months after we moved out.
Oh, wow.
So they decided to do the show regardless because we were unique because they haven't had anybody actually move out of the home. So that's why they were intrigued with the show. So we're like, I mean, you can do what you want. We don't live there. So whatever you do, you do. Like,
You do.
but yeah, but we were we were pretty shocked of the things that they knew that we did not share with them. But obviously with Amy, I was like, oh my gosh, like, how did she know all that stuff? So yeah, it was pretty shocking. Yeah.
I'm sure it's I know they make these things for TV because they want viewers and they want things. So I was just kind of curious how accurate it was, interviewing you guys and your experiences and compared to I talked to Steve from the Castle House when he says she she was 100% right about everything, but she did say she took a few spirits with her, and he said, well, if that's the case, and they came back, so he still has them. So yeah, that's why I asked that.
Yeah.
We have a few photos, and I want to get your initial reaction when you see them, and just
Oh gosh. Okay.
tell us what comes to mind the first time you see it. So yeah, we're just gonna show you a couple pictures, and I want to see what you think.
Okay.
Which one's going to be first?
Right.
You want me to click on mine?
I don't know. There's a guy behind the computer that's in control of it all.
Which one?
He's in there sleeping. Sorry. My behind the scenes guy is sleeping.
Here, you ready? Okay.
Okay. All right, Aaron, what do you think when you see that staircase?
I mean, you got stuff going on there. I can tell you that.
Does it bring back bad memories? Is it like, ugh?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny is I think about how terrified my dog was on those stairs. The 75 pound pit bull, sweetest dog. He's since passed, but he was terrified of those stairs. I think about that, and I also think about like my daughter carving her name on the banister at the bottom of those stairs, which is something that she doesn't do, and we feel like something told her to do that.
Wow.
She's like, yeah, it was Thanksgiving that year that she did that.
Yeah, that stairs was, I think, Lora, you and I and Rochelle sat on that stairs for a while. And
at the end of the night, yeah.
It was just so heavy. And I didn't want to move. And I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to be there and sit in that. And I couldn't quite pinpoint why. I really can't explain it, but you'd go through all kinds of emotions because the heaviness would turn to sadness and then anger. And then it was very strange that because I had, we both picked the stairs. We were like, what pictures? And we both picked the stairs. And because that place was pretty memorable.
Yeah, the stairs have been something that everybody has had some type of something, right? I remember doing the video tour when we first moved in there. Well, yeah, that's when we first bought the house, I should say. And the comments were like, people would say, there's blood on those stairs. There's blood on those stairs. Like we had a ton of people that said that. And I didn't know, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know what that means. But even people that I spoke with that either lived there or had some type of interaction there have always mentioned the stairs has given them the creeps, or their child has drew pictures of a scary person on the top of the staircase. I mean, it's always been something.
Wow.
It's just when you walk in, obviously it's beautiful, by the way. It's amazing house. Not mentioning the
you.
history. I mean, if you just look and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and then you know the history and you're like, oh well, maybe not so amazing. But when you walk in, you're just automatically drawn to those staircase. Like it's just, it's like a focal piece, a centerpiece. And then for me, is that landing right there. You know what I mean? Like the little cubby door, like the little hideaway. It just seems like there's constant movement. Like there was constant people walking up and down the stairs. Like it was never quiet, if that makes sense. Like
it absorbed all.
Yeah. It's very loud.
Yes.
Very loud.
Yes.
You know, that cubby door gets a lot of attention too, but I think there's energy that comes out of that space because the design that you all saw is obviously not the original design. The staircase is original, but that cubby hole used to go to a set of stairs that went down to the basement. So if you guys remember,
yes,
being in the basement, there's the stringer is still against the wall for the stairs. So that's how it used to go. The kitchen actually used to be a bathroom at one point, because I remember when we framed in for the kitchen, the soap dish was still in the wall.
Oh my goodness.
So there used to be a bathroom there. Yeah. And then when you walk in, from the back, how you get into the house, before you walk in, if you look left, there's siding, because that used to be the door to get in to the house. To come in, you would come into the laundry room. Yeah. But that was all done before we bought the house.
Okay. We wondered how we always try to imagine like the layout and the setup and what it looked like. And, there's little clues. And, I love the fact that you guys left little pieces of clues in the basement of like, this was here, or this was over there. And the shower in the basement, by the way, can we just talk about that for a second?
I wish I still had the picture, and maybe I do somewhere, but there was a young lady that went by the house and took her camera and just took pictures on the outside through the window into the basement. And it looks like there's a kid sitting down in the shower and a man over the child. Like it's incredible. I'm like, that freaks me out. It is. If I can find it, I'll send it to you guys. But it's
chills because that
me too.
it's crazy. And like when I go in that basement, I feel that's where I feel the heaviest is the basement. That's the place I don't like. I always feel like the weight is comparison to like me giving my 9-year-old a piggyback ride. Like that's how I feel. Like almost like, not like a save me, but like can I just stay close to you type of
like jump on your back and just hold tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of the basement, we have another photo that we want to get your thoughts. Yeah. I'm sure this one is talked about, but I want to hear what you have done or what you tried to do.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, like the basement flooded when we bought it. The landscape didn't allow water to run away from the house, so we redid all the landscaping and stuff because it was like ankle high water that was in that basement. So we changed the landscape, got the water away from the house, and that spot just remained. Like it just never goes away. I have a dehumidifier that runs in that thing, and it just is like that. And I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like it at all. The people that we came to help us with the house when we were trying to just stay there said that water is a portal. This is how they come in and out. And I'm like, oh, great. And there was like a story.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there was a story that has not been confirmed because I can't find any information on it. But allegedly, there was a father and his two children that lived in this house. He was a Satan worshiper. He decided that he was going to bury his daughter, alive in the basement to test her faith. Didn't believe her, or I'm sorry, didn't trust her rather. So he left her there. She died because she's buried in the ground. The son ended up killing the father due to killing his sister, and then the son hung himself in the attic. So in my head, I'm like, what's underneath that spot? And I'm not digging it up. Like, I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know. But again, that's all unconfirmed. But that's a story that I was told from a previous person that used to hang out there, what they got from a Ouija board. Again, I don't know how true that is or not. But it gives me the chills, like just thinking about that. I always try to tell myself that I'm hoping that there was some type of wood burning stove there or some oil stove, just to make me feel better when I do bring people down there, which is super rare. Um, but yeah, I hate the basement. I hate it.
What's Tim say? I remember when I wasn't paying attention and sat there my first time, it was not a happy feeling. Yeah, so we have another, we spend a lot of time in the basement, just because obviously that's, what we do, I guess.
Yeah.
The creepy basement.
We're the weird basement people.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not. I don't know. I hadn't really talked about that before. We obviously spent a lot of time in there, and we caught something that we hadn't before. I thought that was kind of a neat picture. Leah, you got quite a bit. You picked up quite a bit when you were down there, and Mike, you guys heard all kinds of noises.
We did, and we couldn't. A lot of them we couldn't debunk. Like, we couldn't figure out where they were coming from. Sometimes I swear there were footsteps, and it's even on the EVP recorder, footsteps, which I found really interesting. And that spot,
oh gosh,
I don't like. I'm not really into. I want you to understand, I'm not into things like that. So when somebody tells me, "Oh, like that was a pentagram or somebody died there," that's the last spot I'm going to go to. I'm going to wait until I need to go there or I'm drawn there. It's like, but I just couldn't get away from that spot. So we got a lot of activity there with the lights and with EVP and lots of sound. And I don't know. I it's very unexplainable to me. We tried to think of all kinds of stuff with that spot in the basement.
Yeah. Everything that I thought of, I'm sure you've thought of that and more.
Yeah. So,
and I think it has a lot to do with just, it's right there. And then you have this creepy little room that's right there too. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we were there the first time, I think the door was still on, like the old wooden looking style door. And I could be wrong, but yeah, no, I mean, like why is this necessary? But we did right outside that room. We caught a rope-like anomaly for like the first time, and I will tell you, since then, we've caught that in other places too. So it's not unique to just there, but I think we have just a small clip of what that looked like when we were down there filming the first time. If we can show that now.
Yeah.
I think he's working on it. Yeah. So watch this. This doesn't. Yeah. We were like, what is that? If it was a hair, like that, it would not. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So that's right outside the room and right there, close to the wet spot on the floor there.
Yeah.
And then we were like, I don't know what that is. Like, if it was, animal hair, right? You would see it consistently, like, it would be everywhere, but we couldn't. Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know what that is, but we have caught it before, so don't feel bad, Aaron. It's not exclusive to the hobo. We've caught that a couple other times, but that was the first time we had caught it. So
wow, that's cool.
And then we also, one more thing about the basement, in that little room, we caught a voice, and we can't understand what it's saying. But we I think we have that one to play too. Just a short clip of an EVP that we caught in that room. And it was almost like a prominent voice, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't someone like the doctor, maybe potentially is what I was thinking when I heard it.
I said I have head pressure in here. Who's in here? Huh?
Yeah, so that was kind of hard to hear without headphones, but you can hear a voice that is not any of us.
It's like a kind of almost like a whisper. I can hear it.
Yes.
I can hear it.
Yes. So we have that on our page too, if anyone wants to go look at that. But yeah, we've caught, and then there's a couple other ones that we caught down there in that room too. That is just, we can't explain. I mean, and Eric says, I hear look up. If you, I don't want to look up, and quite frankly, we stood in there the first night we went there. The first time we went there, we stood in that room, and it was almost like you could tell that something happened in there that wasn't supposed to happen, like practices that people had done in there that weren't welcoming, that weren't, godly. And that's what we got. Yeah. Yes, that was the room where we got equipment responding in other languages. So yeah, that's
wow.
Not my favorite room by any means. I didn't like to stand in there. I got a super creepy feeling in that one. Yeah. And then on the other side of the basement, Leah, you had some experiences over there, and that's where we had that temperature shift, and it got extremely cold for no reason.
Oh, yeah. Was I under Estes?
Yes.
So you'll have to remind me. When I'm under Estes, I'm gone. I'm like in the world and translating.
If I remember right, Lord help me. Me and Eric were standing towards the doorway into that side of the basement, and we both just kind of felt the kind of like the cold just come into that room as we were standing there. It's really what happened, right? And then the REM pod went off at the same time.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So you were like, oh, let me go check out what's going on over here on the other side of the basement.
Yeah. It just all kind of kicked up, I guess, at the same time. And I guess the answers were kind of relevant to what was going on. And wow.
Yeah. That you can tell, like it's when the energy shifts and you just know, and when it's around you. But yeah, it just seems like that. I'm with you, Erin. The basement is not
not
my
for
favorite.
me.
No. So we have another clip too of that we're going to show you real quick. And I know Erin, wife Erin, it's probably not one of her favorite places. Sorry, the dog is messing with me under the table. But just of what happened when we went up there that first night, it was just insane, and it just would not stop.
This place is charged up.
Is it just me, or do you guys hear the buzzing?
I hear it.
I don't know where it's coming from though.
What's in there?
Can you touch that ball on the couch over there again?
What's your thing say next to you?
Or one of these on the floor next to me?
Why don't you like it here? Is there too many people?
Is there a cat hole on that furthest couch?
Over there? No.
That's crazy. I'm gonna reset this. That's okay.
So what you can't hear is it was extreme. We wanted to bring it down a little bit, but every REM pod we had in that room was going off, and they wouldn't stop.
Oh my gosh.
We were like, what's going on? Like, why? What is happening up here? And I know Erin, that was her office, right? Didn't she spend quite a bit of time up there?
Mm-hmm.
And
And
she
what's
always
interesting
had,
enough is that she felt the safest in that room.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, she felt that was the safest. That was the room she felt the safest in.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That, I
Yeah.
mean, I it was I don't know if you could hear it like when you were there, but sometimes it was almost like a constant humming. Does that make sense? Like a
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't spend too much time up there. Like I guess that was her office. But yeah, she always said she always felt like almost like maybe a kid was up there or something. Like that's the energy she felt, but she was like, I feel safer up here than I do anywhere else in the house.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
if you believe Amy from the Dead Files, remember she said that there was a man up there with a son, right? And that's where
Yeah.
they hung out. And
Mm-hmm.
he had some issues, and he could be violent.
Yeah.
If yeah, so that's why I was just kind of with my dog. I'm sorry, my dog is being ridiculous. I have a bully pit under the table that's wanting to play. But yeah, that's kind of amazing to me that she would feel safe there. That I I I felt safest like probably in like the living room and like the dining room area.
I'd have to agree with that. Like the living room, I felt good in the living room. Living room was good for me. Um, Kitchen was fine. Yeah, the whole first floor was fine.
Mhm.
For us. Living room for sure though. Felt good in the living room.
Mhm.
That's one space I was like, okay, this is good. But yeah, nighttime came creeping around. I'm like, all right, let's see what we're up against tonight.
Man.
There
So,
was
what was the final nail in the in the coffin for you guys to say, all right, this is it, we're done, we're out of here?
So the house was super loud. My dog was bouncing all over the place like he was getting poked, just real skittish. My daughter was sleepwalking more than usual. And then we had this Bluetooth speaker that was in the attic. So like when you connect something to it and it says Bluetooth connected, right? Well, we I guess let me back up. No, that's right. Is that I want to get the order correct. Okay, here we go. Let me back up. My wife woke up hearing something in the house. So she thought someone was in the house. So I jump up, go into former cop mode, and I'm like running around the house trying to see if someone's in the house. I come back upstairs and she goes, "No, it's in the attic." And I'm like, "That's So everything's still chaos is still happening. So I go up to the attic and that's when I hear the Bluetooth speaker, but it's not saying Bluetooth connected. It's like the remix version. It's like bloop 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 Bluetooth Bluetooth connect. Like
Yeah.
what is happening? And from that point on, the whole night, it was just banging, loud, kids walking, dog jumping all over the place. Like we didn't sleep a wink. That morning when we woke up, I said, "That's it. I'm calling a real estate agent. I'm out of this house." And she was like, "I'm so glad you said something." Because I didn't want to be the one because I had told her, which is funny. I said, "You're gonna bury me in this backyard because we're not moving ever again." And I'm like, you couldn't bury me. You couldn't bury my dead body because I'd come
Get up
get
and
you.
run
Like,
So when things were moving around, did you guys actually find things that were out of place that may have been
no, I guess I
stuff?
use that term loosely. Like it's just the house was like just super loud, just like
Okay.
knocking and just we didn't find anything. Like just it was
More
just
than
loud.
just the house settling or house making
Yeah, like to to make it easy to understand. That's what it sounded like. Just a lot of loud noises that were not normal of every other night.
right.
yeah.
Because I had the consistent banging every night at around 11:30, 11:45 at night above us. That was at that time every night. So
Mm.
the extra was was not normal. The dog, our dog was not normal. My daughter would sleepwalk. Once we get her back into bed, that was it. But she just kept coming out of the room. It was just nonsense. So we said we were done. We ended up, we kept calling those mediums out in Takahashi, Kansas, and they said, go somewhere, get out of the house for a while. So we went to Disney. Went to Disney for a week. But then when we came back, it was like they got the news that we were going to move. And that last month that we were there, it was like smooth sailing. To the point, I think we probably like, man, maybe we were crazy and we could just stay here.
Yeah.
But we're like, no. Because once we moved out of the house, for us, everything stopped within our family. Like sleepwalking stopped. The dog was back to normal. Nothing. It's just that house.
So
Yeah.
I was
is
going to
it
ask
okay to
you.
talk about your daughter's experience a little bit? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when she would sleepwalk, and then you said that sometimes she would start talking, you said in tongues, but in something that was not her normal voice.
Yes.
Did her voice change, or was it her voice just saying things that were incoherent? Or
Yeah. Yes. Correct. It was her voice, but just you couldn't understand what she was saying.
More than just asleep talking. Like it was
Sleepy talk.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't
Mm.
sleep
No. Yeah. It was her voice, but just I didn't understand what she was saying. Yeah.
like a different language together.
Yeah. Like the best way I could describe it would be like a kid being silly, like that type of like weird. Yeah.
Did you ever
Yeah, like when they make
figure out
noises
what
or
she was saying, like record it and set, like try to figure that out?
No.
I don't blame you. I
Really
wouldn't
like
have either, but I had,
gonna
curiosity.
Yeah,
say.
my main thing was trying to get her back into bed because I had this thing because I slept walk as a kid and Erin she had night terrors and we found that those two things are what's the word I'm looking for?
Hereditary.
Hereditary, yes. So initially, I won't lie to you all, I thought it was hilarious when she started sleepwalking. So I'm like, I get to see what my parents saw. This is awesome. This is
Yeah.
great. But as it progressed, I was nervous that she was going to fall down the stairs because I truly thought like the first couple weeks it was just sleepwalking. I'm like, I gotta catch her because what woke me up was her opening her door. They would pop like a popping sound, but I'd always stay up because I hear the 11:45 banging in the ceiling, and then I knew around 12:30 in the morning she was going to open that door, so I'd stayed up so I can beat her to the stairs.
Wow.
So
I was going to ask, I mean, if that's one of the things I was going to say, was there more activity during the day or the night? But you answered, obviously, at night, it's like a switch that turned on and it just.
Oh yeah, it was always at night. It was, I mean, we didn't have anything during the daytime. Like I take that back. Erin had a time that I remember during the daytime. She was on the phone and the kitchen sink turned on. And that's like a nozzle, like you gotta physically do that. And the person on the phone's like, are you washing dishes? She's like, no, the sink just turned on.
Wow.
So she heard the water turn on. So I'm sure there was other instances that may have happened during the daytime, but overall, the daytime was fine. It was safe. I mean, even our people that go there from time to time, they always go during the daytime. They never go at night.
I don't go at night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How much time do you spend there now? Like now that it's the
Oh, not
Airbnb.
a lot. So like the JCAC students, they have a horror class. They have a class that teaches about like scary stuff. And the teacher contacts me like once a quarter to do a tour for the students. And they eat it up. Like they study our house in their class. So that's the only time that I go and I go, or like if I have to change the batteries on the keyless entry thing, or like the internet goes, like just random stuff.
Yeah.
But like
As little time as possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I think our team probably goes there more than Erin and I, like watering the plants and things like that, or but no, it pretty much stays, vacant as far as people go, unless we have a guest that stays there. Which you guys can have it. I can't do what you I can't do it. I mean, it's, we've had that house since 2017. It still freaks me out. Like, but then it also makes me feel silly. You know what I mean? Just to be as transparent as I can with you guys and your listeners, is like, I don't want to sound like the crazy person, but it's just like I feel crazy when I say
No.
stuff, when I share the story, and like that actually happened. But even when I hear myself say it, I'm like, that, come on, you know what I mean? Like, but
So
it
since
makes me
moving out of
feel
that,
better that you guys had stuff happen, and other investigators have had things happen, or even people that for some reason they pass over the fact that it's a haunted house that's on Airbnb, and they go there and they're like, hey, something like, like, I'm like, yeah, man, like, it's,
that's it right there.
Pretty haunted.
Mhm.
So since moving out of the house, have you got in your new house? Has anything followed you? Any occurrences, anything like that, or?
No, but we had one situation, because we've since moved again, because again my wife, just, she can't sit still. So we're not in the house that we moved into from Hobo Hill, but when we were in that house, we decided that it would be cool to kind of do something what you guys are doing now, to do like interview people and have them share their story of any type of haunted thing that they had outside of Hobo Hill, just something that they've experienced on their own.
Sure.
And our internet wasn't working, things were flashing. Even on the other end of the people that were interviewing, they'd have weird stuff. And then that was also the night that Ray, my daughter, she had a situation, like almost a sleepwalking kind of situation that happened in that house. And they were like, you know what? We can't do this anymore. And that was it. That was it. We were told that since we've experienced that, we could have something follow us to wherever we go, because now we are, this is the best way they explain it to us. Like, if you're driving down the highway at night and you see a house, the only house on that dark road, that's what these, like, the spirits see with us. Like, we're that lit up house
Like a
on
beacon.
that dark road. Yes. They may just pass by, but they may stop by. If they do, they may not do anything. But if we edge
How
it
you
on, they're
doing?
like, hey, here we are, look at us. Like, you're telling ghost stories, we want to watch too. It was like that. So we don't do that stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And it's all
now watch, tonight I'm gonna have a bunch of activity in this house, and I'm gonna give you guys a
Oh,
call, like,
let us
hey.
know if you do.
Yeah.
Well, I watch you guys. I follow your story. So good grief,
That's
Spooky
funny.
Dookie. This one goes behind Laura. But I wondered, when you guys are renovating these places, like that one that you just did downtown, like, are you ever worried when you're like,
All the time.
I was
All the
gonna
time.
say, how do you, I'm like, do they ever wonder if they're gonna go through it again? Like, if they buy this old building that's got all this history, if they're gonna be like, here we are again. Great.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. But what's nice now is that we don't live there. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
we just come home to our safe, ghost-free home, and they can have it.
Yep.
They can
Yeah.
have it.
Just wipe my
Awesome.
hands, and the
Nope,
end.
not tonight.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Well, Leah, do you have any other questions for Aaron?
no, I don't think so.
No. So we flash it up, but if people want to come and check out the house, there it is at the bottom on Airbnb. That's how you guys do your bookings, right? Through Airbnb.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I recommend going to check it out. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house. And if you are willing to share your space with some extra unknown friends, then by all means. But like, I think everyone has a different experience too in the house. So I mean, just like, you wouldn't say you're guaranteed to have anything happen to
No.
you. So
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
it was
That's a good
active,
point.
but we slept really good. And I was really surprised because it was so active. But then when we went to bed, I slept really hard. And I was like, I don't know if we're going to sleep. And I did. Now,
That's good.
when I was trying to sleep, I did hear knocking and banging and walking. And I was like, okay, just go to sleep.
Yeah, we've got
Just go
5
to
kids.
sleep.
We just pretended it was the kids up moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what Erin Hart from Cat Country, she stayed there. She said she stayed in my daughter's, old room, and she said she heard kids' feet running around her all night long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Pitter patter. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just
No, I don't do
can't
well
do
with
it.
that. I don't try to sleep there. That's what Laura knows. I'll come investigate, but I'm not sleeping. I can't.
No. You won't well, she slept like a rock, but I can't do it.
Well,
Can't do
we
it.
definitely recommend anybody and everybody to check it out and stay the night because it's beautiful for one thing. So you feel like you're in a little vacation home. I love how it's up on the hill. It's got the spooky factor if you're into that. And then you walk in and it's gorgeous. And then like Aaron said, night falls and things change and then it's an adventure all night. So I definitely recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of space. You can go up or you can go down or you can, So
Mhm.
absolutely. And, we've been there twice and I would go again. I mean, every time was different. Like, so each time we've been there was different. So, definitely I would say, and you're not far from the prison either. So there's that.
Very close.
Yeah.
And that big creepy school across the road from you kind of gives off those vibes too.
Mhm.
Agreed. Yes.
You have it all. Aren't you lucky? I'm just kidding.
He's like, I don't
All
know.
right.
I'm not there anymore.
He's like, no. I moved for a reason. I'm done.
Yes.
All right. We appreciate it, Erin, so much. We hope Erin gets to feeling better.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time and talking with us and telling us about your experience there.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. And like we said, at the bottom, if you're interested in booking Hobo Hill, it's there, or you can go to their Facebook page and they have the Airbnb site on their Facebook page as well. All right, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night. Good night.
Take care.
You too. Thank you. Go Chiefs. All right.
We're still alive.
Still alive.
We're still alive. What do we do?
I don't know. Do I hit a button or does he hit a
End
button?
stream.